Hello beautiful people, welcome to another video. Something different today, a voiceover video where I'm going through how my client Rachel lost 15 kilos. So I've been lucky enough to be working with Rachel for over a year now, and we are now in our building phase where we're trying to get as strong as possible during the winter period, when it's a little bit harder to stay adherent to a nutrition plan because weather's not as good. Motivation's lower to get our steps in and whatnot. So I tend to push clients towards more of a strength, muscle building type program, like middle of the year, and then come September, October, more like a shred for end of the year to try and lose that extra bit of fat. So that's what phase we're in now with Rachel. But I wanted to give a little bit of a guide on how myself and Rachel was able to lose 15 kilos and get back her confidence. So let's get into this, if I can click onto this. Next one, beautiful. Can we click? There we go. First time doing this, as you can see. So let's go into where she began. So what made her start up coaching and PTing myself, and just go from there. So her weight was around 90 kilos, very low confidence. Her energy was low. She had a busy lifestyle that she said, and couldn't make time to lift weights. So as a result, she didn't lift any weights, but walked on the treadmill. So at the old gym that I was PTing at when I first started, I would work on the desk, and I would see Rachel come in, three, four days a week on the treadmill, and she'd walk for like 40 minutes to sometimes an hour and a half. She'd just be walking the treadmill. And after a while, I was like to her, why don't you do any exercise in the gym? And turns out she just was a bit anxious, felt nervous because she didn't know how to do it. And then that's how we started PTing. I had a little giveaway at the gym where I went up to everyone in the gym and I just said, you win 4 weeks free coaching. I'll do a spin the wheel. If you win, you get 4 weeks free. If you don't, bad luck, nothing happened. Unfortunately for Rachel, she didn't win, but lucky enough, she wanted to continue and do PTing, and she was thinking about it for a while, and just that one day I went up to her, paid off, and ever since we haven't looked back. So she wanted to change, and wasn't happy with the way that she looked, but she kept going in the gym, so she kept trying, but the confidence was low in the gym, in her self-belief, that she could do it. And as a result, she was overthinking. So she wanted to get in the gym, but was just very anxious and doubted herself. So overthinking, doubt, basically the same thing. Let's go to the third slide, where let me go through the game plan. Okay, what a nice little edit as well, by the way. I feel like a little bit of a edit person at the moment. So when we first started, I'm like, let's not go 5 days straight into training, because it's going to be too full on, too overwhelming. She's going to be too nervous, okay? Let's start with 2 times per week training session. We do like 2 full body sessions. That's going to be enough. It's better than what you're doing at the start. That's going to be enough to build some muscle, but also get your confidence up in the gym. So we'll try different exercises and go from there. And training is the easy part. Like if you have a PT like with you at the start, training should be literally the easy part. They help you with exercises. And you build that confidence around the gym floor. Like with myself at the gym that I'm training at now, when I'm training with the clients, I say hello to people when I walk around. And as a result, my clients, because they come every week, they start saying hello to the people that I'm saying hello to, and you build that relationship, and you help build your clients' confidence around the gym too, because they're going to be at the gym as many times as they can. You want to make them feel as welcomed and comfortable as possible. So with our nutrition, there was no actual nutrition meal plan, which is very surprising because most of my clients are on a specific meal plan type thing. But what I told her and what we went through is whatever foods she was cooking at the moment, because she has got a family, she's a mum, she's cooking for her husband and her daughter. We simplified it. Okay, so we said we want for dinner especially, we want a lean protein source. We want this type of carb, a complex carb that's going to help digest properly. And we need vegetables for our fiber intake and the uptake, absorption of the protein and the carbs too, to be able to digest properly. Okay. For breakfast, we'd have a protein smoothie shake or a yogurt fruit bowl, depending on how much time she had before work. And lunch was always the same thing, either a wrap, sandwich, or roll with a lean piece of meat and salad with an apple or banana. That's how simple it was. Okay, there was no tracking. There was no rule tracking. It was just, let's get the eating habits down pat, because she was eating all over the place. So helped out with that a lot, with the structure of her day-to-day eating, more protein, good carbs to fuel her lifts and her whole day cognitive function and whatnot. But a big change of lifestyle. She said she was driving home from work, getting takeaway, doing the stuff that most people are doing, and don't want to admit that they're making bad habits. As a result of that, step count was also very, very big. So she was already getting good enough steps, but I made sure that it was consistent on a 7-day basis. So over the weekend, she would do less than like 5,000 steps, and that would bring the weekly average down. We increased that, and I just made sure that the accountability was at an all-time high. Weekly check-ins were submitted every single Sunday or Monday whenever she had the time. I would go through it and adjust anything that's needed, more steps, a little bit of higher intensity cardio. Maybe I would say take away the apple, put some, instead of the rice, do potatoes for dinner, and little its and bits, especially when she had like events on, family events on. She would say, oh, we're going to be going out to this restaurant. What should I get? What's a good option? And I would just give her a what I would suggest. Say she's going out to a pub, and she was like, oh, I really get burgers. I want to get burgers. I would say, all right, you're going to get the burger. You're going to ask for no cheese, sauce on the side, and instead of having the chips, get a salad or mixed vegetables. At least then you're still enjoying the burger, but you're not going to have the extra 500 calories of chips and the cheese and sauce and all that stuff. So little things like that was adjusted to help her make smarter choices when going out to eat as well, because we still want to make sure that the lifestyle is the same, but you're just kind of making it healthier. So let's get to the next one. Challenges that she's faced. So social events, obviously every single week, every couple of weeks, she was having a family event on, going out with friends, and was finding it harder to start to stay on track, because she's used to going out and eating whenever she wants and drinking as much as she wants. So it was hard to kind of come back and make smarter choices, but we got there eventually, and as a result, she lost a good amount of weight and feels more better about herself, looks more better as well. So also the weekends, Monday to Friday, it's very easy to have a structure. You follow that, you go to work same time, you come home same time, everything's there. The weekends is a lot different. So we made sure to actually put a routine in on the weekends too, that's sort of similar, that she can follow on a rough guide to not make any absurd changes on the weekend. So everything's more measured and tracked, and obviously that's how you get the results. Also, emotional eating, most people's common factor when it comes to putting on weight or struggling to lose weight is you're putting your emotions a lot with food. So if you're uncomfortable, if you're sad, if you're going through something, you're stressed out with work, you go to food as an escape of reality. So what we did was we worked on our emotions towards what we're feeling. We started understanding what we're feeling, why we're feeling it, and rather than going to food, we tried going to other sources. So it would be talking with the husband, it would be taking the daughter to the shops or whatever. There's little things like that's going to distract you from food as comfort for something else. Even going to the gym and just going on the treadmill as well, stuff like that. And obviously at the start, you're going to find it hard to balance work life and fitness, but that's why you get a coach, you get someone to help you put that structure and routine in place. And then obviously if it's not working, the coach is there to problem solve it and make sure that eventually there's going to be a routine in place that fits your lifestyle, you're comfortable with, you're happy with, and you're getting results. And that's what happened with Rachael. So let's breakthrough moments. We changed her mindset. So obviously, as I spoke before, we took away the emotional eating. We tried to put the emotions to something else. And I really emphasized that there's progress over perfection. So rather than trying to be perfect every single week, it's never going to happen. There's always going to be something on. We focused on just making small progress over time, and as a result, we got the results that we wanted. And trying to actually enjoy the process. Most people just want the end goal. They just want to focus on like the end journey and what the result's going to be, rather than the actual lead up to it. I try and tell all my clients, enjoy this. This is the time where when you're at that result, you're going to be thinking, I worked my bum off. Like I really earned this. And if you learn to enjoy the process more, it becomes a lot more easy, and you get to the end result quicker, because you're putting more effort in because you actually enjoy it. So with that being said, doing exercises that she enjoyed, meals that she actually enjoyed too, makes it a lot easier. Rather than having chicken, broccoli and rice all the time, we made some like smarter options within her calorie limit and whatnot that she enjoyed and whatnot. So as I said, small wins compound over time. Making sure that the little wins daily, they will add up to the long-term success. And it isn't just one thing to get the result. It's a small little things every single day, like just step counts, hitting your meals and protein for the day, sleeping well, managing the stress. Maybe it's, I don't know, cleaning your room so you feel more organized. Just the small wins will build over time and get you those results. Okay, now let's get into the results. Look at the difference of Rachael. I cannot believe it. I didn't even think that she was this big when she started with me. She didn't even look that big when she started. But to see the photo like that and then this, ridiculous. So 15 kilos down. As a result, it's like if you're say, like I think 90 kilos and then she went down to 75. If you're 90 kilos and then go down to 75, that's like having a 15 kilo vest on you and you're walking around every single day. So as a result, she had more energy because she was able to move a lot quicker and it wasn't such an effort to move. So more energy. We built a better relationship with food, obviously, and now we're learning how to go out. Like we're still managing, still learning how to go out, social events, have drinks, eat whatever, and then when you get home on a Sunday, don't go into a full binge and eating whatever. But yeah, as a result of being 15 kilos down, more energy, better relationship with food, she feels happier, she's healthier, she's stronger. Mental health is at an all-time high. Super grateful that I'm able to help Rachael on this journey, and as you can see, incredible. So we're still going like over a year in now, and wouldn't have it any other way. Incredible, absolutely incredible. So what are the lessons you take away from this, and why that it worked? It was a simple game plan, and sorry, I'm too busy looking at my smile. I love this. It's a wholesome photo. Sorry guys. I love putting this photo out. I feel like it's such a genuine smile. So why did it work? It was a simple program. It wasn't complicated. There wasn't too much. There wasn't tracking. Like everything was tracked for already. We were consistent. We weren't perfect at all, by all means. There was some stuff ups and hiccups, but we got over it. We got a proper routine and structure, and we stay consistent at that. And as a result, you end up getting the end goal. Guidance and accountability matters. She said it many times to me, which I'm very grateful for. She goes, "If you weren't here, I would not be in this position. You know, if you didn't come up to me on that one day, I would not be 15 kilo. I would not be this happy with my fitness right now." So just having someone there guide you. I always say, if you have the money and the funds for a coach, 110% it is the best thing for you to progress you forward. I have a coach myself and would not know where I would be with my coaching if it wasn't for my coach. They having someone at the back of your head and like a yes or no man or person is so ideal. Like if you have a question, they answer it. Like they have more knowledge than you. It's as simple as that. So I always recommend everyone should have a coach just for the accountability of getting better as well. And anybody, and I mean anybody, can get the right results with the right plan. Literally, like it may take a little bit to actually find what plan works for you, what program works for you. But once you get that and you stay consistent to it, that plan and program, like when it's suited towards your lifestyle, results guaranteed. And that's what I try and tell all my clients is that it'll take a couple of months to really make sure we get the right plan and program. For some people, it's instant. Other people, we need to really try different certain things because the habits are still there. But once the plan is in place and you're following it consistent and getting results, anything is possible. Let's go to the final message that I have for everyone. You're like an everyday person is like Rachael. Rachael is not any different. She's not a bodybuilder. She's not some fitness fanatic. She doesn't do hours of cardio. She doesn't even track her food. She just eats very healthy with a solid meal plan that can be adjusted at any time. And she sticks to the high protein foods, good carbs and vegetables. If she wants a sweet treat at night, she can have a sweet treat at night because she's earned that right. Okay? If you want help achieving results like Rachael, where it's not too full on, always like, and it's more laid back, you get the results in the long run, give me a message, we'll have a chat. I can tell you what I would do if I was coaching you, and then we can go from there. Thank you very much, guys. If you've enjoyed this type of video, like, follow, and share for more videos like this. Hopefully you've enjoyed Rachael's journey and got a little insight of how I kind of went through this process with her, talking a bit about how she struggled, what we did to overcome that. And if you have any questions regarding Rachael's progress, feel free to give her a message. If you can message me, you want to message her. And then apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next one. I'll do more like this. If you enjoy, please like and follow, and I'll be in touch with you later. Bye.